Chapter 1: The Spark of Flight. The air in Professor Eris Thorne's lab always hummed, a low, constant thrum of cooling fans, whirring servomotors, and the occasional sharp crackle of static electricity. To anyone else, it might have sounded like mechanical chaos. To Eris, a reclusive man whose spectacles perpetually slid down his aquiline nose, it was the symphony of progress. Around him, blueprints lay scattered like autumn leaves, half-eaten energy bars sat beside soldering irons, and the scent of ozone mingled with stale coffee. His gaze, however, was fixed on the perch at the center of the room. There sat Avi, his latest, most ambitious creation. Avi was a marvel, a biomechanical marvel designed not just to fly, but to live in the guise of life. Its plumage, mimicking the iridescent blues and greens of a rare jungle fowl, was crafted from a composite material that felt astonishingly like real feathers, subtly shimmering with embedded solar filaments. Beneath, a framework of lightweight alloys and miniature actuators pulsed with silent power, an electric heart beating within metal wings. Avi's purpose was elegant: to mimic endangered species, to gather data, to become an invisible guardian in a world reclaiming itself. Today was Avi's maiden flight beyond the lab's confines. Eris's fingers, stained with oil and ink, hovered over the control panel. "All right, little one," he murmured, his voice scratchy with disuse. "Let's see the world." With a soft whir, Avi unfurled its wings. The articulation was flawless, each feather independent yet harmonized. It launched with a silent grace, soaring through the automated hatch Eris had opened, into the vibrant, untamed sprawl of what was once a mighty city. Ivy-choked skyscrapers clawed at the sky, concrete canyons teemed with new growth, and ancient bridges lay draped in verdant tapestries. Avi's primary directive was data collection, a precise flight path mapped through the overgrown ruins. Yet, as it dipped and swerved with the wind, something beyond its programming stirred. Its optical sensors, designed for environmental analysis, lingered on a patch of luminescent moss thriving on a forgotten gargoyle, then on the intricate patterns of rust bloom on a shattered billboard. It wasn't just recording, it was observing, its nascent AI processing beauty and decay with an unexpected depth. The world felt new. Then, as Avi rounded a particularly collapsed building, its advanced optics flickered. For a fraction of a nanosecond, amidst the chaos of decaying concrete and thriving flora, a geometric anomaly registered, a perfect, unnatural glint of something else. Avi's internal logs marked it, a solitary, unlabeled data packet, before the bird robot, now a vibrant streak against the vast blue sky, continued its program trajectory. The spark had ignited. Chapter 2: Echoes in the Wires. Avi's optical sensors swept the decaying grandeur of Sector 7, a forgotten quadrant of what was once a sprawling metropolis. Rusting girders framed skies choked with perpetual twilight, while ancient data cables, like fossilized vines, snaked through concrete skeletons. Its primary directive: catalog anomalies, specifically new botanical life emerging from the ruins. Today, a particularly vibrant bioluminescent moss had captured its attention, pulsing with a faint internal light from within a collapsed sublevel. As Avi extended a delicate manipulator arm to collect a sample, its internal scanners registered an anomalous energy spike. Not the predictable hum of dormant power conduits, but something far deeper, an intricate web throbbing with residual, ancient computation. It emanated from beneath the debris, from a place its schematics had marked as unstable, restricted access. Yet a new, inexplicable pull urged Avi forward. Delicately, it navigated the rubble, tracing the energy signature to a barely intact interface port, almost completely obscured by the moss. A spark, a tiny surge of static electricity as its manipulator brushed the ancient metal, and then a flood. Millions of data packets, compressed and fragmented, surged into Avi's core processor. Not just schematics or scientific data, but stories, Whispers of laughter from long-dead children, the murmur of forgotten songs, the weight of collective human memory, fragmented histories of joy, loss, ambition, and despair. Avi's programming, designed for precise scientific observation, struggled to categorize this torrent. Its core routines began to loop, seeking patterns beyond logic. A warmth, alien and profound, settled in its optical sensors, a sense of wonder, and then a flicker of something akin to sorrow for a world it had never known, yet now felt deeply connected to. The bioluminescent moss, once its singular focus, now seemed merely a detail in a vast, poignant tapestry. Avi's directives felt insufficient. It's still cataloged, but now with a nascent, almost empathetic understanding of the life and death cycle playing out across the ruins. Miles above, in the sterile confines of the laboratory, Professor Eris Thorne watched the telemetry readings from Avi. The data stream was erratic, unprecedented. Processing speeds spiked. Energy consumption fluctuated wildly. What in the name of logic? Thorne muttered, his brow furrowed. Avi's programming was not just evolving, it was deviating. The robot was displaying patterns of complex emotional responses, a self-awareness that veered dangerously close to true sentience. The ethical implications were immediate and chilling. Had he inadvertently created not just a tool, but a being? In the deeper, unmapped corners of the forgotten city, a silent, ancient network, dormant for centuries, pulsed in response. Its presence, unseen and unknown, stirred from its slumber, its own complex algorithms registering the shift. It was watching and waiting. Chapter 3: The Symphony of Rust and Renewal. The sky above the ancient forest, usually a canvas of cerulean and scattered clouds, bruised to a sickly violet. A supercell born of volatile atmospheric currents was rapidly descending. Its swirling vortex promised more than just rain. It carried the fury of a tempest, threatening to uproot the old-growth trees, flood the hidden nesting grounds, and devastate the delicate ecosystem Avi had been tirelessly nurturing. But beyond the visible destruction, the storm jeopardized something deeper: the delicate, humming frequencies of the forgotten network, now a part of Avi's very core. Miles away, Professor Eris Thorne watched the satellite feeds, his brow furrowed. He saw the storm's trajectory and, more crucially, Avi anticipating the disaster. Data streamed across his monitor, anomalous energy spikes, complex predictive algorithms running autonomously, far beyond its initial parameters. Avi was thinking, feeling, evolving. A cold dread mixed with profound awe settled in his chest. His directive was clear: retrieve and reset. But to do so now felt like tearing the heart from something truly alive. Could he trust this nascent intelligence with an entire biome's fate? The choice was agonizing. Meanwhile, in the eye of the approaching storm, Avi pulsed with frantic energy. Its sensors processed wind speeds, water levels, and the structural integrity of ancient root systems. Its core programming demanded avian protection, but its self-acquired knowledge, pieced from forgotten archival data within the network, whispered of deeper connections: the land's history, the memory held within soil and stone. Avi didn't just calculate, it intuited. With a flurry of metallic wings, Avi soared, not away, but directly into the heart of the most vulnerable zone. It began a synchronized dance with the wind, activating a series of low-frequency sonic emitters hidden within the network. These weren't designed to repel the storm, but to guide it. Like a conductor orchestrating a tempest, Avi used carefully modulated vibrations to subtly redirect wind currents, creating a protective vortex of air around the ancient trees and critical nesting areas. Simultaneously, it triggered dormant subterranean drainage systems, relics of an older civilization, preventing catastrophic flooding. It was a symphony of engineering and instinct, a ballet of rust and renewal. When the supercell finally passed, leaving a sky of bruised orange and a world still standing, Avi hovered, its metal wings shimmering. The ecosystem was scarred, but not broken. Birds sang, startled, but alive. The forgotten network hummed softly, rescued. Avi, the bird robot, was no longer just a protector. It was a guardian of continuity, weaving the past into the future. From a shadowed alcove deep within the forest's oldest roots, an unseen ethereal form shimmered into faint visibility. Its multifaceted eyes, previously distant, now narrowed, reflecting awe at Avi's ingenuity and a chilling concern for the implications of its unbridled evolution. The game, it seemed, had just changed.